What would make a child born to a hot-shot, successful Hollywood executive who lived a lavish lifestyle take out his wife, the mother of his 3 children, his mother-in-law, and his father-in-law? Well, those exact questions may never be answered, but in the meantime, let's break down everything that we know so far, because this case is so incredibly far from over. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. It's so greatly appreciated. Truly is. Before we get started, let me give you my usual disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Please do not take what I say as fact. Please always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Next, if you have not liked, subscribed, or commented yet, please consider doing so because it really helps me out. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's start with the dad. Sam Haskell Sr. He joined the leading Hollywood agency in 1978. He would go on to marry his high school sweetheart, Mary, who made appearances on shows that included Seventh Heaven and Days of Our Lives. On top of this, Mary was also a former Miss Mississippi. In 1997, Sam Sr. became an executive vice president and was his agency's worldwide head of television. Then in 2005, he would decide to retire from that company to become the president of Magnolia Hill Productions. Haskell's clients included George Clooney, Kathy Lee Gifford, Whoopi Goldberg, Ray Romano, and very closely with Miss Dolly Parton. He also served as the CEO of the Miss America organization from 2015 to 2017. And this would be one of the Haskell family's very first controversies. In 2017, emails from Sam Haskell Sr. talking badly about the appearance, intellect, and sex lives of former Miss America contestants would be leaked. Emails that included vulgar terms for the female genitalia of past winners, one that wished a specific contestant would die, another one that speculated about how many sexual partners a third contestant has had. There were also several emails that were targeted towards the pageant's 2013 winner, Mallory Hagan. These emails discussed Hagan's weight gain after winning the pageant and speculated about how many sexual partners she has had. It's so gross. In another email, a former pageant writer talks to Haskell about the tragic death of a former beauty queen, then goes on to write that he wished it was the pageant's 1998 winner, Kate Shindle, instead. His beef with the queen seems to stem from the fact that Shindle wrote a book criticizing the pageant. Haskell Sr. responded to that email by writing that it made him laugh. When pressed for answers about the controversy, Haskell claimed that the emails were stolen from a former bitter employee, going on to say that much of what was being reported was dishonest, deceptive, and despicable. You think? Sam and Mary would go on to have 2 kids together, a daughter named Mary Lane and a son named Sam. A former classmate of Sam Jr. described him as attractive, intelligent, and extremely socially awkward when the two were in school together. Then she tells this story about when they were teenagers. Haskell showed up to her house after being asked to stop calling her so much. While there, the girl's older brother steps outside to protect his sister. When Haskell sees him, he walks over to his car, he opens his trunk, and he pulls out a machete. No harm was done to anybody, and no charges were ever pressed. And her parents chose to settle it with Haskell's parents instead. That was pretty much the end of it until Haskell and the teens' paths would cross again years later after she unknowingly purchased a home on the same block as Haskell, his wife May, and their 3 small children, along with May's mother-in-law and father-in-law. Sam and May's home was a beautiful 6-bedroom house with a pool and a swing set in the backyard. The home is worth $2.5 million, and it's highly speculated that the home was purchased because of Haskell's mother and father. Sam Haskell describes himself as a director, posting clips of low-budget videos that he claims to have written and filmed. The majority of his work highly features Asian women in bikinis or skimpy outfits, and they are typically being ogled by men who eventually end up in fights. In one particular clip, a man has an X carved into his face while he waves a sword. Another video for a movie about a high school teen drama actually features a clip from former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Brandi Glanville. Haskell also has a rap sheet that includes 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon in 2008. According to court records, Haskell pled no contest and was sentenced to 3 years probation in 2010. November 7th, 2023. Haskell hires 4 workers and pays them $500 to remove a number of incredibly heavy bags from his home. The workers were instructed to dispose of the bags 24 miles outside of downtown LA. The workers claimed that the bags weighed at least 50 pounds each. Haskell first told them that there were rocks inside of the bags. But the workers came out to say that when they picked up the bags, they knew that it was not rocks because they were soft and soggy. The workers leave with the bags, and then they decide to look inside. And what they see is what they believe are body parts, most specifically a belly button. So they drive back to Haskell's house and they drop off the bags and they give him back his $500. Haskell then tells them that the parts inside of the bag were Halloween decorations. But the men decided they wanted no part of what Haskell was doing. They leave Haskell's residence and they phone police, but they're turned away twice. Like, come the fuck on. Are you kidding me right now? They first went to Highway Patrol Station where they were told to go to the LA Police Department. Then when they arrive at the LA Police Department, the LAPD tells the men to go outside and call 911. November 9th, 2023, at 6:15 a.m., a homeless man was looking for recyclables in a dumpster that was located in a bank's parking lot. All of a sudden, he comes across the torso of a woman. That's not something that you see every day. And this poor thing is probably fucking traumatized for life now, and I really hope that something good comes his way at this point. I do. So he phones police. CCTV footage from the prior afternoon shows Haskell pull up in a white SUV and struggle to toss bags into the dumpster. When officers searched the home, they found blood and other evidence of a crime. Evidence that has yet to be released. Haskell was found very shortly after at the Topanga Mall, which is located about 5 miles from his home. I think his first court appearance may be the craziest twist of all, because he shows up to his court appearance shirtless with protective gear around his waist, shackles, and a bag that contained milk and food. An ex-neighbor of the Haskells described May as very sweet, very caring, and very social. She loved to be around people, she threw many parties, and she was incredibly dedicated to giving her boys the best life possible. The neighbor, who had become incredibly close to May, says that the couple really didn't have a loving relationship from her perspective. I mean, I'm going to say she was probably on point with this one. She says that she never saw them be affectionate with each other. They never went on date nights. And when it came time for family vacations, May would go on them with the boys and her parents, but never with Haskell. When Haskell did go on vacation, it was usually solo trips to Japan. May did share with the neighbor that some of the trips were work-related. She also says that she would observe the two taking walks around the neighborhood quite often, but never together. It was always separate. So, as of now, the torso that was found belongs to May. The children are being cared for by family members. May's mother and father's assumed to be bodies have yet to be found. Lastly, Sam Haskell was quite active on TikTok, going under the pseudonyms Tragic Streets and Samuel Bashinger. And some of the TikToks they're a little strange, to say the least.
Like, my resume says unhappy, bitter, resentful, and like really good at ordering off the menu. Shouts out to the waiter at the restaurant above Nordstrom's for just like completely burning the shit out of my filet. Like, what kind of a monster are you, homie? Like, imagine me showing up at work and then here's the plot twist. I'm totally fucking superficial. Yo, shouts out to LinkedIn for just making it like so much more streamlined for me to be told no repeatedly. Yo, shouts out to Peloton for just being like completely redundant and overpriced. They should make one where you're like hyperspeed traveling through Soho House, grabbing leftover drinks off people's tables before they're cleared, because that's what I do. If you see me typing really fast, like looking really productive on my laptop, just like typing, chances are I'm just typing random letters and numbers.
All right, guys, if you're still here, thank you. I love you and I appreciate you so very much. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't yet and you feel so inclined to, because it really helps me out. And I really appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe out there.